Hi guys, it's Belle here and it is day 27 of hashtag Creep on June, created by the wonderful Tracy Fox. And today again, we're just going to do a little bit of a random ephemera piece for a journal. So before we do that, I wanted to show you yesterday's one. I changed a few things and I also added a few things. So on this piece, you can see I've added crackle and I've also added some yummy grit crypt paste. So I like that. I also added some crackle paste onto there. It just added a little somewhat. And then on this one, I actually changed the bead to this more red and black one because I just thought that worked better. And then I also added some crackle paste up there. I'm hoping that's picking up. I don't think I added anything to this bit. I just changed one of the beads. So that was yesterday's make. And today we're going to make something again that can be ephemera. As I said, I wanted to play in these last few days with some other ideas. And I just wanted to use things that I know I use a lot in journals. So I have this giant tag. Well, it's a banner die. And I took, I think this is actually day 27's money coin envelope, and I've cut out a small version using the smaller die. So I've got the two like so, and then I cut out one in black so that they can be put together like that. And obviously, I say obviously, maybe it's not obvious, maybe you're new and you've not made a journal or done this before, but you can use these as a giant tab in your journal that can be a tuck spot for something to be underneath. It is quite large. I was debating whether I made this into something that opened. Like, wouldn't that be great to have more writing space underneath? And now I'm thinking about it and thinking, should I do that? But no, we're not going to. Do you know why? Because we're going to be doing translucent. Let's see, guys. Now, I absolutely love this picture. I really do. I just think, aren't they a very handsome couple? And they look very kind of intense and in love. Look at them. And his beard, I mean, come on. Look at that beard. And her kind of messy bun. Oh, it's such a beautiful picture. Anyway, I'm thinking of doing the acetate on here. Obviously, I'm going to have to cut this picture down quite a lot, but also through here. So the first thing I want to do, because we have to cut both out, is I need to grunge up the edges of this. So let's get my scissors. Yeah, I don't know how, if you guys are going to enjoy these. It's simpler ideas, but I think, as I said in one of my other videos, if I'm going to be adding these things to a journal, I just want more than just tags, pockets and coin envelopes and things. I want to kind of have more options of how to decorate a journal. So this kind of spoke to me, doing one of these. And it's just something fun and quite simple to do in these final days, because it has been a long and wonderful month, but a long month with some more difficult or new things that I've made. So it's just nice to get back to something that I kind of use, but maybe in change it up a little bit. I mean, I really am like, oh, could have put hidden writing space in here, Belle. No, we're not going to do it. This I'm going to be gilding around, so that will sit on there. Now, I'm thinking this kind of size is a great size to have as a cutout. That's what I'm thinking. Now, I can't necessarily stick this down, but what I can do is glue the top. And the reason I can't stick it down is because I'm going to put the transparency between these two layers. But I can glue the top of it so that part of it stays in place. I'm also going to be stitching. I mean, you're not surprised, are you? If you've been here for almost all the 30 days, are you surprised? No. What you might be surprised is there's no magnets in this make, or no hidden tuck spots, or all that fun stuff. But you're not going to be surprised if I stitching because I like to stitch. I think that needs to come down a bit. Thank goodness that this dries clear and that we're using gilding paste. And actually, we'll have a lot of thread up there too. So this is a good size. This is a piece from the ephemera kit. And I'm thinking, I mean, I just need their faces, don't I? We just need their faces. So I need to make it slightly bigger because, again, we need the acetate to be able to stick. So I'm just going to cut it slightly bigger. You would have seen me do this a lot of times. Now we just got these creepy hands. Wouldn't they be good somewhere? Oh, got to use those. Okay, and I'm going to have them at an angle. And I'm going to draw around this. And then we're going to do what I always do, which is I'm going to get my craft knife and cut this shape out. So, yeah, just having fun. I mean, I had fun all the way through. What am I saying? I'm just doing some slightly simpler. Where is my ruler? Some slightly simpler bits and bobs. Bits and bobs. Slightly simpler ephemera pieces for your journal. I mean, who knows if I'm even cutting this straight. I can see the line, but on the darker colours, the line kind of disappears a little bit. But that's okay. If you do not have a die like this, these are so simple to make, guys. To cut it. I don't even know if I'm cutting straight here. It's all right. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter because I'm going to rough up the edges anyway. So let's cut down there. Being careful not to cut my finger. Okay. I haven't matched everything up where it needs to be. So we'll get the scissors in and we'll just trim. Oh, these scissors aren't the best for this. Yes, I'll do a simpler piece of ephemera and then can't even cut out. How many of these have I done in June? I'm like, I can't get it out. Yeah, these are really simple to make a tag piece like this. So if you don't have a die, like I have, I can show you how to do that. Like literally, if you don't have a die, and if you're using this kit in particular, if you get the coin envelope that I'm using, cut it down its line where it joins in the middle to the other, you know, on the fold where you would normally fold over. So this is the back of the coin envelope rather than the front. And then what you would simply do is fold it here. So you've got a little fold there. And that gives you your halfway mark. And see where you want your cut to go to. So maybe there, yeah. And then you would simply, I mean, you can do it both sides as well. You would simply cut. And there you would have it, guys. Look, you've got your tag. And then obviously you would use this, if you want to back it, you would use it just to draw around a slightly bigger piece of the black card. But you've got your tag, like so. I just made another one. So if you don't have a die, there's an easy way to do it. So I hope that helps for those of you that may not have a die, because I know not everyone will. I don't have every die and things that I see people use either. So just use what you've got in your stash, guys, you know. And also, I think sometimes, you know, it's not as if craft stuff is always cheap. And I think sometimes we have to think, what's the thing we want to spend our money on? Which is what I do all the time. I debate, well, is it worth me getting that when I can do that and actually then use that money to maybe buy a different product that I really want? So you know. Now, I really have to worry about the transparency here, which is fine because I think I'm going to, because this is transparency, I could turn it whatever way I wanted. And I think I am. I think I'm going to have her this way. Because obviously in the image, the Tracy Fox image, I think I actually have it. This is the Tracy Fox image that I've obviously printed out. Obviously, she is on this side. But because this is transparency, I can then turn her and change. I think on the computer, you can kind of, well, you're not supposed to play with images. I think you can mirror them, but just on the safe side, I didn't want to do anything like that. And now, like this might be too much. Let's see if you fit under there. Ah, perfect. So let's just do a little bit. Let's move my craft knife before I do something a bit silly and stab myself with it, because that is definitely a possibility. And I'm just going to put them in. They are just such an attractive couple. You know, you just think, oh, aren't they beautiful? And there we have a transparency one of these too, because why not play with it and see what I can add transparencies to? I've got them. I've printed them out. So let's use them. And now, if you have this on a junk journal page, let me get my page. If you have it on a junk, I mean, especially on this one, look how grungy it is. Imagine having it there with those marks through it. But even if you don't, even if you just have a plain journal page, look at that on there. And then whatever you put underneath is obviously going to show through the acetate. I love that. I love that. That will be stitched around. Okay, so we've got the main bit on. It needs some stitching. But now I'm going to sort of glue the rest of it down so that it's in place. I don't have to glue it perfectly because, as I said, I'm stitching. So that's all good. So now that is in place. I did want to possibly add some writing in places. So let's see how we can do that now that I've already stuck it all down. But the great thing is I've got my fake, not fake, I've got my other, or I did have my other template. Where did that go to? Here it is. So I want this to kind of, I mean, this isn't exactly the same size, but it's enough of the same size that I can play with it. And then kind of see where I want this. Like so. Like that. And then this can really go down into a sharp point. Perfect. We're just gonna play with adding bits. I've got these scraps, although this wasn't a scrap, was it? This was a whole piece that I've now made into a scrap. That's all good. Use up scraps, make more. That is the crafter's motto. Well, it's one of our things. I mean, look, that just goes on there. I like that, so it's getting stuck down. Oh, it's such a beautiful day today. I've already filmed one video, the one with the little ephemera pieces that you've seen, because I try and film a few videos in the one day. And then I had to go and take my son somewhere because he was meeting someone. And then came back, had lunch, caught up with my sister who's just come back off holiday for a little while, and I was like, do you know what, it's time to get the video going again. Let's get on the camera. Yeah, so we've got these. I'm looking at, I do like the books as well, but I don't think there's going to be room to add the books. Where was the little thing, this thing? That's what I'm looking at. We've got some of this. No, I don't like that. Let's pull over our bits and bobs. we've got this butterfly. This was not part of the Tracy Fox kit. I don't know where it was from. I saw it in my stash and I just thought that's the same kind of colours that I'm using. So it might be fun to use it. Now I know I need stitching up here. So I need to think about, I don't need to put that much up there. I wish I'd made this cup smaller, but I didn't. I did make some things smaller. We've got this fun chair, possibly. We've got all the clocks. This bit I didn't think about. This bit I was like, okay, I'll just do that on camera. Well, I'm just looking at scraps and working out what it is that I want to see. I really like the red with this kind of bluey green that's Tracy's used. I really like a pop of red. Oh, see, I got this really small, made this a small version. That might look really good too. We don't want the creepy girl because we've already got a picture. Got the candlesticks. Let's try. Oh, we could try and rip those. I don't know if I like them. Got the papers. Could cut some of those papers. I'm trying to think what other projects I've got coming up that I'm going to be working on before the end of June. Well, not the final day. I've got 2 days left. And my head's suddenly gone very blank. Oh, do you know what I need to add? I need to add some flowers. Because I can't not add flowers. Okay, guys, I've been adding flowers. So sorry if you're sick of seeing the flowers. But again, I've die cut them and I love nature. So I love adding flowers and oh, I wish I had some longer ones. I don't think I've got any longer ones left except in colours that I don't want to use. I've got the long gold. Yeah, I just love adding nature to my projects. It's just a thing. That's really white on the other side. Although if it's already on the page, you're not going to see that whiteness. Yeah, it's just something I really, really love doing. Whether it's grungy, witchy, whatever it is, I just love adding. I think I like the gold. I think I like the gold, guys. We're going to have gold around the outside though, aren't we? So maybe this one. Maybe this grungier one. Right, let's put the gold around the outside now, because if I did want to use the other one, I can check whether it's going to work or not. Yeah, so I always like nature in my journals. Doesn't matter what kind of journal I'm making. I like to try and get plants or leaves or insects or butterflies or something in there. Because I just love that. Should we add a touch of green as well? We haven't used the green in a little while. Let's add a touch of my wax paste. I can't even remember what this one's called. Is it under the... I can't get the label off. Turtle green. Okay. Turtle green. Interesting. That's really green there. That's okay. And it's gone on to that bit too. You see the shimmer on that, guys? Just a touch in places. I say adding a bit big. I don't know why I'm doing it so much at the top. That's going to have all lace on it. So what are you doing there? Now let's see if I want the gold or whether I want the other one again, because we've got gold added. So is that too much gold? I'm feeling it is. Although I can dull down the gold. But I'm feeling it's too much. Quite a few of these things from leaves. I don't know if I like that one. Let's see if I've got another one like that with those colourings, but slightly different depending on what... Oh, it's not too bad. Right, let's think those up after fussing with them a lot. Yeah, what was I thinking for the next couple of days? I know I'd worked it out already. Okay, that goes quite well. Unless I wanted it up there as well. No, I want it here. The leaves, I want it all around them. Like they're a beautiful couple. I do like that butterfly. Still really like this red actually. Let's see what that will look like underneath. Now I'm thinking that doesn't go. Okay, that's okay. That's why we play. That's why we try and work out where to put things. I do have some flowers. I haven't used any of the flowers yet that I cut out for this project. The big flowers. We do have a black one. That might be quite nice. Got some brown. Do I have a smaller thing? Do have the brown and then another one. So I can really layer this up. We could even have the gold on there to layer it up. Yes, guys. Okay, that's happening. And yeah, that's happening. So we're going to put that on there. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let's do that. Let's get that on there. Do I want to stitch around it first? I think I'm going to put these on, then I'm going to stitch around. Actually, I know what I'm going to do as well. Oh, you can tell how organised this video is, can't you? It's because my brain's going tick, 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 tick. Just dabbing it off onto a glue book, especially the bits that are going to go on that acetate. So pretty. Oh, I haven't even picked a word out for this one yet. Normally I have all my words picked out. So I definitely have to look at that. So pretty. Doopy-doo. I need to really think about where I'm going to put this one. Okay, there, like that. Okay, and then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of the Tim Holtz little ephemera pieces. I'm trying to see where the Tracy Fox ones are as well. We've got like one of these with the numbers. Because I cut out the tiny things, didn't I? Got some book page as well. I might use that. Just having a look. Right, not these. The flowers can go away now. Where's the teeny tiny little Tracy Fox pieces? Because I've got these. We could have the little reds thing. But I think I'm going to use the Tim Holtzy pieces. I do have a real stamp as well, so I could use a real stamp on there, but I don't think that goes. Right. No, it doesn't go. We can add some little Tim Holtz pieces up here because I just like them. We've also got the key, actually. We've got the other Tracy Fox key. That might go quite nicely if we've got the flower down here, or I could have something hanging and have a key hanging from it. Right, focus, Belle. We're going to use the Tim Holtz pieces so that we can... These are from the Curator Ephemera pack. And I really don't look too much. I just kind of, you can see, I do a quick glance at, oh, that's a good shape. And then I kind of just put them on and don't think too much about it because, you know, you just want to place them, don't you? Got a little red one. Let's put this. We don't want to be covering up that guy's face too much. It's almost like, yes, take the picture of me. My husband can just my husband's just there. Maybe he's not her husband. Maybe it's their engagement photo. Who knows? Right, I need to do this. They're just so lovely and very intense. I mean, I get the idea that they're arty, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe he's an actual writer or something, or an artist, and so she, and they're creators, and they're not from the wealthiest family, but, you know, they got a little bit of money because they're going to need it if they're going to survive, but I don't know. Let's just stick that on there. That's what I'm thinking. Really like this one with the red on there. And then we can add this one maybe, or a different one that's a bit bigger. I really don't want to cover up his face though. So no, we're not adding one that's a bit bigger. Where'd that go to? Because obviously it needs to be crunched. So yeah. I can go there. Still got a little bit of book page that I'm wondering. Well, it's not book page. Tell a lie. It's spine, book spine, vintage book spine, which just has this lovely kind of grunge factor. I'm wondering if I want that there with that. I do kind of like it. We're going to have quite a bit of fabric as well. So is it too much, guys? But I love the texture of it. So I think I'm going to add it. Because just look at that texture. I mean, there's the white side too, but we're not using that. Let's add the texture of this. Again, being careful because we don't want it too much on the acetate. So we have this. And that one can go on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I need to stitch. First thing I need to do before I do go and just stitch is I need to actually get some fabric on the front top of here because we haven't got that yet. Oh, I've got this lovely one, like a purpley kind of sari silk. Let's see what that looks like on there. Because this would be over the top of your, what's some lace. This would hang over the top of your page, like the top of your journal. It will come out the top of it if you put it in the right way. I don't know if I like it. Don't know if I like that. Or do I just want... I've been using this a lot in the last few projects because I just love the way this looks. So let's just trim some of this and use some of this. Oh, I'm going to tell you guys, I had a very stressful afternoon actually after getting back and before eating lunch and catching up with my sister because we were worried one of our kittens had got out because my son had left his window open quite wide and forgotten that you can't do that unless you're going to stay in the room with them. Because, you know, I say they're kittens, they're almost 2, but you have to stay in the room with them whilst they're in there just to make sure that they are okay. And we could not find it anywhere before I had to take him to meet his friend. And then I came back and she was not coming when we were calling her. I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay, that just looks beautiful. Let me go stitch this and I'll come back and finish. Okay guys, so I've done a zigzag stitch along the top because I find they hold all this together better. Well, these threads are really all over the place. And then I've done a wobbly stitch around that. And now we're going to add the flower. I'm going to add a little bit of gold. Even though there's gold going on top, I just want a smidge of gold on this. So yes, as I was saying, we couldn't find my Binksy anywhere. I was thinking, has she fallen out the window? They're not used to going outside. They're rescue cats and, you know, we could keep them occupied inside. Then they're indoor cats. And I was getting really, really, really panicky. I couldn't find her. I didn't know where she could be. I was calling constantly. She wasn't coming. The other 2 cats, they were like, we're here. You're calling? Like, we're here. What are you calling for? And is it something we can eat? And I couldn't find her. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's almost lunchtime. And everyone was worried. I was really panicking. And I ended up I mean, I opened every cupboard and door and everything because she is a one for getting in cupboards and small spaces. And so I opened everything up and I was calling and shaking the treat box and everything. And the other two girls were following me going, what, Mum? We're right here. Where's our treats? And then I ended up thinking, right, one of the places she often hides is under my bed. But I'd looked under the bed and I'd pulled some boxes out that are under there and everything. And then I ended up literally pulling the bed apart. Because it's against a wall, so there's only like one side you can get to the bed. I pulled that bed apart. I pulled the mattress off and everything came off it so that I could get under the bed completely. And guess what, guys? There she was, lying under the bed, looking at me like, "What's all the fuss about, Mum? Like, what? Put this little small. Oh, yes, that's just going to go there. What? Why are you making a fuss, Mother? I'm here." And it's just like, really, Binks? Really? I've been calling your name. We haven't got a bat on here, guys. I've been calling your name and shaking the treat box, and the other two cats are like, what's happening? Why are we getting no treats right now? And you're just lying under the bed, looking at me. Sorry, I'm trying to get some things out. Unless I just use a brad. Just use a brad. You're just lying on the bed, looking at me like I'm nuts for doing this. So, oh my gosh. And in the heat that we have here right now, this was not the day, guys, to be pulling my bed apart, looking for a very naughty kitty. But I'm just grateful she's okay and she's here, and that's all that matters. I need to find a gem or something, or a tiny button. I don't think I've got a button small enough, but I was thinking a button might work. I pulled these out for the other thing. I've got this little button. Should we add the button, guys? Or should I try and find a gem? I haven't added buttons to anything else. Oh, well, there was a button on one of the other pieces. So I could add a button and I could actually stitch it. Or I could just stitch that. I could do like, what do I want to do? Let's just add a button because it's here. And let's get some thread. Got this brown. Cut this. So yeah, that was quite the experience, I tell you. I got on the phone call with my sister and she's like, are you okay? I was like, yes. Binksy went missing. Yeah. So, and Binks is just so confused as to what was happening and why Mum was shouting and calling her name repeatedly, and why Mum was also climbing under the bed. And normally I would stitch this straight through, but there's a lot of different layers there. Why Mum was climbing under the bed, making lots of noise, pulling things off. And she's quite timid anyway with that kind of thing. I think because they're rescue kittens. Binks is particularly, she's my little black cat. She is particularly nervous. Like, she doesn't like the sound of bags at all. So when we come in with the shopping and things, or if the kids come home to stay, she really does not like. I don't know why I'm threading this like this. I need some thread to go through the other side too. She really does not like the sound of anyone coming in with bags, and she doesn't like the sound of someone coming in with their shoes. I mean, not that I let shoes in the house, you know, as soon as you come in you're supposed to go and take them off, but I mean, like, particularly guys, she doesn't like the sound of guys' shoes. It freaks her out a little bit. So she was probably completely freaked out by the fact that her mum was calling her name urgently and then pulling the bed apart. She's probably like, what's going on? I'm just going to stay under here until I know everything's okay. And then I just saw her little eyes looking at me. I mean, that's why she has a bell. The other two don't have bells on their collars because, one, she's black. So if you're walking around in the middle of the night and there's no lights on, it's just easier to hear her jingling. And secondly, she likes to really get into places and hide in places and things like that. So she has a bell on so that I can always tell where she is and what she's up to, because she can be very mischievous. And then she's got these giant big, almost like moon eyes. And it's just, she just stares at me like, what, mother? I'm completely innocent. Look at my cuteness. And, you know, she gets away with it because she is adorable. But she was just looking at me under the bed. I'm like, there you are, Binks. Where have you been hiding? So I left some of that thread hanging there. Where have you been hiding? Why didn't you come when I called you? And she's like, what, mother? What have you done? And then she just followed me downstairs. I was like, okay, so all that stress and you could have just come out. But anyway, enough of all that. I'm wondering if I want to add, because this is basically finished, although I do feel like, one, it might need a bat, and two, because everything has bats in this project for me, and two, whether I want to add a charm or something onto it. Now again, I've only got the really big bats. I've got this one that's also from the Tracy Fox kit that I miniatured up. We got the big Tim Holtz one. I just feel, is that too big, guys? I was going to say I feel like it's too big. And then I put it on there and I thought, no, it's not. It's going on. Anyway. So yes, it's been quite the morning and it was so hot and I was absolutely needing water as I'm pulling my bed apart going, Binks, where are you? Answer your mother. Yeah, but she's good. I've got a little black pin. Do I want to add the pin? That's what I'm wondering. I could add the pin up there. And then, because we've got these and I pulled out for the other thing, we've got some charms here that might work. Like, that's such a pretty charm. It's got all the brown and gold on it. Maybe the pin would work better over here where it can hang down there. Also just have some small ones. Put this one. Got one with a star on it, although why there'd be one with a star, like why I would use a star, I don't know. Oh, we do have the heart one, but that feels too big almost. But I do kind of like it. Let's see. And let's see if I want the pin, because that can go through. Then we could add the bead. Or the heart. Where did I put the heart now? Because, you know, they're in love. Oh, no. Maybe they didn't want the heart. Maybe they didn't like me saying that because, you know, that keeps going missing. Come back. Let's see if I like that or not, because I'm not sure if I do. I do have a spider, actually. I could add a spider to it. The heart's quite cute. Do I like the heart with the pin? Do we like? I like the fact that it can change. It can turn and be black on one side and white on the other. So I do kind of like that. Okay, and I don't want anything, I was going to say too bulky. That bead there is actually quite bulky. This needs to grasp more. It's not got hold of enough of the fabric, basically, guys, is what I'm trying to say. It needs to be more on the fabric. There we go, that's better. This just wants to keep running away. You will be attached to this pin. It's that simple. It's like, no, I won't. Yes, you will. Okay. Got that attached. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like the fact that it's the heart. Although, like I said, I had a little Tim Holtz spider. Although, where on earth that's gone to now? Or a butterfly, guys. Like, there's moths in this kit. The butterfly goes much better. After all that fighting with the heart, you may be shouting, no, it doesn't. But we have to do what we like, what we think. Oh, that looks better to my eye. Like I said, I've got this little Tim Holtz spider here that would go on. The spider looks really good too, doesn't it? Let's have a look. We've got this butterfly. Do you know what? Let's have... Don't we just love how I change my mind so much? Welcome to my channel. Here you will see someone change their mind repeatedly. But that's okay. Do I want the black? Do I want the black? I think I do. I was going to go for the brown, but I think I want the black chain. All right, so I need to snip this. And then I need to snip this because I don't want it too long. Then we can have the spider on there. And then where is this? So just 2 more days of this challenge for me to do makes, guys. And then on the final day, I'm going to go over what I've made, but also do watch because there might be a little announcement in that one. Need to cut this a bit smaller. Let's actually look at the chain. Right, and then the spider can go on there. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to see it without getting my head in the camera. All right, and we didn't put a word. So let's have a look at the Tim Holtz words. There we go. That's what it needed, guys. It needed a spider, obviously, and a bat. Most becoming costume, wanderer, life and death. I do love the life and death one. So let's use that one because, you know, together in life, together in death. There's chaos everywhere here, guys. Like literally. Unless I put it across there. Could put it across there, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. A little bit different. It's not a normal place I'd position it, but let's do that. And that can go across there. That needs a bit of walnut stain on it because it's still a little bit too white. Just need to grunge that. Bring in a little bit of that brown warmth that the walnut stain gives it. All right, guys. Well, there we go. That took far too the long way around to get to something. But yes, so there you'd have it on your journal. In your journal. The top would poke out the top like that. So you'd have fabric coming out the top. Oh, I love the spider because it adds movement. That would then glue. And whatever you put underneath would then show. You could put something white underneath. You could put... Where is... Hold on. Like I said, you can put some text underneath. So if you were to put something like that under, you're going to see the text through and it would add as a tuck spot. You could actually stick it on 2 sides and have it as a tuck spot like that, or over towards your page and have it like a tuck spot like that. Or you just have it as a free tuck spot where just the top is stuck. So I really hope you like that, guys. I know it was the long way around, but I think we know that about my videos sometimes. I love that spider with the movement on the bat. And we've used up a few more scraps and a bit more of our transparency. We've got all these beautiful, yummy threads coming out. So there we go. So I hope you like that. And yeah, as I said, on the final day, I'm going to go around that. I will be doing a recap of everything I've done, and I'll have a little announcement. But before that day, we have 2 more days of makes. Love adding a messy kind of border to the words. Yeah, that just adds. Oh, I really like how this came about, even if we went the long way. So that's it for now. I will be back again soon with another video. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think down below. It's another way to use an acetate. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you are having lots and lots of creepy, crafty fun. Bye for now, guys.